welcome to the first ever episode of Lights, Camera, Jackson. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is Lights, Camera, Jackson? Well, it's this new talk show that I'm gonna do probably about once a month, and today's episode is all about Shrek the Musical. Okay, so first we have, introduce yourself.
My name is Mitchell Aiello.
Alright, Mitch, and this is which show? How many shows have you been in at Great Plains Theater?
This is my fourth show. Shrek the Musical is my fourth production at Great Plains Theater.
So what makes Shrek the Musical special compared to the rest of the shows?
Shrek the Musical is special in a number of ways, Jackson. First of all, it has a lot of songs and dances, more so than any that I've ever done here at Great Plains Theater. And something else that's very fun is it has a lot of characters that people may already know. So instead of us having to bring new characters to the table, these are characters that you've probably seen in the DreamWorks animated film that we're bringing to life on stage.
That's excellent. Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah.
So Mitch and I were just in The Lion in Winter, and The Lion in Winter had no singing or dancing. It was a straight play. So tell me, how has this experience been different, having to learn all the new music and all the dances?
So it's a little different, obviously, because there are no songs and dances in The Lion in Winter. In The Lion in Winter, we got to spend a lot of time. First, we block the show. And then we spend a lot of time just diving into these characters and their relationships with each other. And with Shrek, we have to do that same thing, but through song and dance, and in almost like, it feels like a shorter amount of time. So it's the same amount of days that we're rehearsing, but the difference is that we have to fit a lot more into these rehearsal days. So we're kind of finding things along the way.
So tell me about your character, Pinocchio. What's he like? What is his part in the show?
Good old Pinocchio, Jackson. All right, so Pinocchio the puppet, he's really not in the first Shrek movie a ton. You know, he's just in a little bit, and then he has a couple good old moments in the second movie. And Pinocchio the puppet is just like the story that we've all heard of Pinocchio. And he has this Jiminy Cricket, and but in Shrek, Pinocchio is played by a grown person like myself, and although how I'm talking to you now is not at all what Pinocchio sounds like, because if you know Pinocchio from the movie and the voice from the movie, Pinocchio is still a boy, and so Pinocchio talks much higher than I'm talking right now. And he is a puppet that is desperately trying to be a real boy. And something that's very fun about Pinocchio is that when he tells a lie, his nose grows. And I think some people are just gonna have to come see the show to see if my nose actually grows, you know?
So what would you say your favorite line is? Give us a little teaser.
Okay, let's see. My favorite line. Well, I think probably the most iconic line from Shrek that a lot of people look forward to that you may remember from the movie is, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not warmed up, so let's see what happens, you know? Okay, so the most iconic line that I can think of from the movie is, I'm not a puppet, I'm a real boy. So, that's a little teaser for you out there.
All right, can you tell us a little bit about the other kind of lead actors that weren't able to be with us today?
Yeah, so we have a fantastic cast in our show, and the show obviously revolves around Shrek, and our love interest, Fiona, and what later becomes his best friend, the donkey. And so all of them very, very famous characters, and our cast is phenomenal. And what's really cool about being Pinocchio is that I get to work with almost all of them. I get to work with all of the young kids in the ensemble and all of my fairy tale creature friends, but then I get to talk with Fiona, and I get to talk with Shrek and things like that. So I get a little taste of everyone, and everyone gets a little taste of me.
Okay. And will you tell us a little bit about how it's been working with a large number of young people in the audience, since they're not in the audience in the show, since there's more kids than actual adults? Can you tell us what that's been like?
Yeah, so what's really cool about Shrek is that we have a number of smaller children in the show. Our youngest is 4 years old, and he plays Puss in Boots. And what's really cool, especially as Pinocchio, I feel like I'm the leader of the pack. You know, I'm the one that gets to kind of tell that I get to the place first, I get to the swamp first and everything, and until finally Gingy, the gingerbread man, very iconic character as well from Shrek, is kind of my little motivator. So I think between the two of us, which I am a real human playing a puppet, and Gingy is an actual puppet that we have on stage, between the two of us, we get to work very closely with all of these kids that are as young as 4 up to, you know, my age and older. So I think it's really, really cool because I think we get to help them and inspire them in different ways that they may get some of that from school, they may get some from a summer camp where you play sports, and I think that coming here and possibly, hopefully in the future, them being part of the Academy here at Great Plains Theater, we get to help mentor them and steer them in the right direction of what may be a very, very good career for them.
Well, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Come see Shrek. Come see Shrek. Keep watching Lights, Camera, Jackson. It's gonna be a quality talk show, and I am honored, Jackson, to be the first participant on your talk show. This is really good coffee too.
Well, thank you, Mitch. All right, if you would like to come see Shrek, which you definitely should.
For sure and for certain.
The dates are, the opening show is the 10th at 7:30, and after the 10th,
we have another show on Saturday, the 11th at 7:30, followed by a Sunday matinee at 2 p.m.
And then the next, after Sunday, there's a break on Monday, obviously, because we want to give you a nice day off, of course. And Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yep, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7:30. And Sunday at 2 p.m. is our closing show after that on the 19th of August. And a fun fact about what we do here at Great Plains Theater is on the first Wednesday, or our only Wednesday show at 2 p.m. Following the show, stick around. There will be a kids cabaret. So all of our kids, part of the Academy, part of our Shrek boot camp that we're having, are going to perform various songs for us that will be very exciting and gets to showcase them.
And then the Friday, the second Friday of the show will be the adult cabaret, correct?
Yep, following that 7:30 p.m. show.
And after the opening show, like we always do, we will have an afterglow party where there will be free little appetizers, kind of
hors d'oeuvres, we've got drinks, and lots of conversations to be had. We love mingling.
Hi, welcome back. We're here with Kim
Camacho.
And Kim is here to tell us a little bit about what it's like having to play multiple characters at one time in a show. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I play initially Mama Bear, who's one of the fairy tale creatures, and then I play multiple other roles who are in the ensemble dance numbers, and a couple other cameo roles here and there. So it's really fun. This show's very much an ensemble piece. You have your core leads, who the main story is about, but you have so many other opportunities as these other characters to help color the story and give it more depth and make it really fun. I go from being a queen to Mama Bear to being part of a dragon to being a tap dancing rat, which is really fun. But yeah, it's a really, really fun show. There's also a lot of different, the music plays homage to a lot of different styles of musical theater, which makes it really fun. So yeah, it's a lot of work and you have to like make each character different, but also interesting and clean, but it's really, really fun.
And we talked with Mitch a little bit about what it's been like to work with some of the younger actors, but you actually get to have a younger actor kind of with you most of the time as Baby Bear, so tell me a little bit about that.
I love it. She's a star. She's so great. But it's really fun to play Mama Bear and then have Papa Bear and Baby Bear because we get to like travel as a unit and we get to play off of each other and that's really fun. And it's fun to work with her. She does some really funny, great things. She makes some really great choices. But yeah, that's fun. It lets me, I'm not just like alone. I get to have a little bit more to work with and get to play. Playing a mom is a little different than being just an ensemble dancer, so that's really fun. They're all really, really talented.
And Baby Pear, if you don't know, is played by Margaret Campbell, and she is, how old is Margaret? I think she's going into the 4th grade this year, so she's very young.
Very good.
So tell me what it's like having to learn all the different dances and all the different styles you said. Has it been a little kind of stressful a little bit?
A little bit. This is a very quick process. So we've had some long days of dance rehearsals, but it's really fun. And one thing that's really great is that the music helps. Like each song has a different feel to it and a different vibe, I guess. So that helps get you ready for what the song is. But yeah, it's just going over it a lot. We have a really great choreographer who's just really great at like running things and making sure that we are prepared and we look like we know what we're doing and we're not set up to fail, which is really great. But yeah, it's really fun. And again, it's just an ensemble piece that we've been practicing a lot. And when you have people that you want to work with and you trust going on stage, then everybody's in sync and it works really well.
And with tap, I think this is the first, in all my time here, I think this is the first tap number that I've seen. That
we had a short tap thing in Gypsy.
In Gypsy, okay, there was a little bit of tap, but this is the first like full out A, B, C, all the way to Z kind of number, you know what I mean? So tell me a little bit about the music. Is there anything that some of our audience might recognize from the movie?
Yes, there's a couple songs. For people who know the movie, when they get to Duloc the city, there are the little caricatures that sing the opening, so we get to do that. But then the song, there's more added to it, so that's fun. There might be a song like in the finale that you'll recognize that might be on the soundtrack. That's fun. I think that's it though. Might be some themes, musical themes that are repeated.
So tell us about some of the new songs. What songs are your favorite?
There's so many. I love it. I think the tap number, Fiona's song, I love it. I think it's so great. It's really funny. I also really love the Dragon has a really fun song. That one's fun, and that has like a kind of not quite a Bee Gees feel to it, but it has like a Motown feel to it, which is really fun. The song that they added to Duloc is just over the top, and it's so fun, and that has a lot of like a traditional theater-y feel to it, kind of jazzy. That's fun. We just get to be a little more dramatic and ridiculous, but it totally works, and it's very, very fun. I really like that one. I think that's my favorite.
And speaking of dramatic and ridiculous, we have our Lord Farquaad. How could we do a talk show without talking about our favorite Matthew Aaron? You've probably recently seen him in Lion in Winter. He was here for Camelot as King Arthur. He was here last season for Gypsy, and 2 years ago he did Annie Get Your Gun as well. So he's kind of our fan favorite, you might say, and he will be back playing Lord Farquaad. All right, do you have anything else you'd like to add, Kim?
Come see the show!
All right, welcome back. We are here with Marin Maneely, who you may have seen in some previous productions. Marin, tell us what all you've been in. What are some of your favorite roles you've been in at the theater?
Last summer I played Baby Louise in Gypsy, and I also played the little girl in Ragtime, which was all here in Great Plains.
And so what grade will you be going into?
I will be a freshman.
Freshman, okay. So tell us what it's been like doing Shrek. This is the first time we've done our youth summer camp along with one of our main stage shows. So what's that been like?
It's been great. It's like an extra rehearsal, but you get to hang around with all the future of the program. So it's so much fun.
I like that. The future of the program. That's our new Academy slogan. All right, so I would say you're kind of in the middle of the ages when you say what. So there's older, correct? Because we have like Nick and Abby and Ivy are all seniors, and Nick's who graduated. Yeah. But we also have youngest. Who would you say the youngest person is?
The youngest of just the little kids. Okay, I would say there is Ethan, who's 7 years old, and he's doing a phenomenal job for a 7-year-old. It's pretty good.
And so what all are the younger kids involved in?
Well, they're a part of 3 major dance songs. Freak Flag, they're a part of A Story of My Life, and they're also a part of the end number. And then they have a little smaller dance for the travel song. But yeah.
And let's talk about Marin for a little bit. You get kind of a specialty role in this play. I would say a featured role. Tell us a little bit about that.
I get to play the younger version of Fiona. So there's a song where it goes from young Fiona, which is me, to teen Fiona. And then it goes to Fiona. And then we all come out as a trio, and it's such a great song. So.
And what's that been like, kind of working with some of the older, doing a trio with them?
It's crazy. I'm learning so much from them, and being able to just be in the cast and being able to do the song with them has just been an amazing experience.
So you play young Fiona, but when you're not young Fiona, what else do you play?
Well, I play Snow White in the ensemble, and those are for the fairy tale creature songs, and that's it.
All right. Do you have anything else you'd like to add? What can you say to make people want to come out and see Shrek?
It's an amazing show, and you would be sad if you didn't see it.
All right, welcome back. We are here with the star of Shrek the Musical. I bet you can guess who that is. Shrek, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm James Fairchild. I'm an actor from Wisconsin.
All right, so this is not your first show with Great Plains Theater,
No,
correct?
I did Mamma Mia last year. I played an ensemble member and Father Alexandrios.
Okay. So tell us, what has it been like being Shrek?
Well, it's really kind of a dream role. I've been wanting to play Shrek since I saw it on Broadway back in 2009. After that show, I got to go backstage and meet Brian Darcy James.
That's cool.
Talk to him as he was getting all of the prosthetics off and stuff, and that was a really kind of a cool moment. And I've had a lot of like near misses with this show.
Okay.
Where I've auditioned and gotten called back and was like in the final two for several productions, and it's great that Randy was finally able to give me the opportunity to play the big green man.
So what has it been like? Everyone kind of has seen Shrek and knows like that kind of Shrek. How have you been able to kind of make Shrek your own character?
Well, I kind of identify with some of the first impressions that people have of Shrek. When people meet other people, they can't help but make assumptions that aren't always necessarily true. And I really kind of identify with that because people make assumptions about me. They see me as a big dude, so they think certain things, and not all of those are true.
So it's kind of, you're able to kind of bring your own kind of emotions and stuff to the role.
Yeah. I've never really been like a chameleon-like actor where I kind of like disappear into the role. Whenever I do a role, it's always a part of me. Like, it's who would I be if I was this person. It's never like I'm gonna become a completely different person.
So most people they've seen the movie. What would you say are some of the biggest differences from the movie to the musical?
The biggest differences is they really flesh out Fiona.
Okay.
She was kind of more of a surface character in the first one, and then they expanded on that in the further movies, but they really kind of fleshed her out with the situation with her parents, putting her up in the tower, how that's affected her over the years. And you get a really good sense of that. Plus the fairy tale creatures get to have a couple of really amazing numbers that make the show more rounded instead of just a show about Shrek. So.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to add? What can you say to make people want to come out and see Shrek?
Well, this cast is amazing. And that goes from the leads all the way down to all the little kids from the Academy. We came in last Friday and they all knew their music, they all knew their choreography, and they all sounded so good. And it would be disappointing if you missed out on the hard work that they've done.
All right, so definitely come see Shrek. All right, welcome back to our final interview about Shrek the Musical. You're probably tired of me by now, aren't you? Well, too bad. All right, we are here with Liz Collins. Liz is kind of like our Great Plains Theater, what's the word? She kind of does it all, I would say. You can see her back here working on the computer and making phone calls, and you can see her on stage as well. So what's it been like, Liz? How have you enjoyed doing Shrek the Musical?
I've really had a good time, to be honest. The music's good, the dance has been a lot of fun to do, and it's just like the cast is so big and there's so many different people. It's a really cool experience.
Is this the biggest cast you've ever been in, would you say?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. How many kids are in it?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 20 some, I want to
20
say.
kids, all right. I don't want that many in my house anyway. Okay, I don't know what that was. Anyway. Liz, tell us, what has it been like working with both very, very young kids and on the other side, very, not old, but very experienced professional actors?
It's been kind of cool because you're just kind of like in the middle because you work with both. Like you're kind of there sometimes to make sure the little kids know what to do or where to go because they're just like wandering around. But they're still having a good time, you know. And then for the professional actors, you get to learn from them and work with them, work off of each other because you just like they get to work off each other.
So what are some of the benefits of the PGP Academy being able to have this kind of camp and transition into a professional main stage production?
It made it really easy to like go into like we were rehearsing the dances with like hours and hours of practice, and so it made it really easy for all of us to transition to a 2-hour time period where we had to like block and do all the dance and stuff, and it went very smoothly, and I was like, oh yay, that's never happened before.
And tell us a little bit about the character that you play in the show.
I'm one of the 3 pigs. I'm the smart one, the third one.
Okay.
So we decided that, and it's like a lot of fun. I get to do a German accent. It's okay. I only have one line, so.
And so tell us about the 2 other pigs that you're working with.
The 2 other pigs are played by Harley DeLay and Leela Campbell. And we kind of, in the show, we work as like one unit kind of sometimes, and other times we like kind of branch off and interact with the other fairy tale creatures. So.
And Leela and Harley are both a member of the PGP Academy as well. All right, well, what is your favorite part of the rehearsal process so far?
Like of the rehearsal. I don't know. I've really enjoyed doing music with Mark.
Okay.
He's a very good musical director, and he knows just how to like make sure you understand what he's trying to say. You know.
And let's talk about the 2 Marks real fast. We haven't talked about them yet today. We have Mark Hansen as our musical director, correct?
Yes.
And Mark was with us last year with our 3 shows doing musical direction for them. And we also have our other Mark. We kind of call him Mark and Mark. We have Mark Warner is our technical director, and he's done an amazing job. I just went back there. You will be blown away. There's a lot of different scenes kind of in Shrek. There's a lot of different backdrops that you kind of have to do, and he's kind of found a way to make them all work into the show, and it looks great already, and I can't imagine what it's going to look like when it's completely finished. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm really impressed because like our stage is kind of small, so it's really impressive like how much he's like put into it. Because Shrek is a very big show, but he's been able to like make it work well. So.
And so you've been in a lot of productions, obviously. What makes Shrek special?
I think it's just like a different story that like compared to what some musicals try to tell. It's just kind of different, so it makes it unique.
So you should definitely come see Shrek the Musical. Right, Liz?
Right.
Thank you.